Wolfpack, what's going on? It's Thursday night. It's Thursday night football, and we've got a fucking beauty tonight with Arizona Cardinals squaring off with the Seahawks, looking at 60-plus points tonight, and nothing is better than points, and more points to get the Week 11 kicked off. I, of course, am the Wolf of Roto Street, rotostreetjournal.com, where we breed and feed fantasy wolves. So pumped to have you guys with us for Thursday Night Football Tailgate. We'll answer all your sit starts. If you have a Thursday Night Football sit start, get it in now, because I'm going to cover some crucial news we didn't hit on last night's podcast. Real quick, shouldn't take more than about 15 minutes. I'll show you guys my rankings as I do it to get ready for this kickoff tonight. But get those questions on in. We'll spend the last 45 or so answering them all. And of course, if you can give this a thumbs up, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, wherever you're at, the thumbs up, the heart button, it all helps us get more discovered, and it really is so appreciated. So Wolfpack, I will be to all your questions shortly. Let's get to the news. The big stuff for tonight, Thursday Night Football, is Chris Carson, as kind of expected, will be out. Travis Homer with a hand injury also out, and Alex Collins not activated. So ultimately, Hyde was looking a little sketchy because of how much of a committee this has been. Only no running backs had more than 12 touches since Chris Carson went down a few weeks ago. But now, look, there's nobody left for Carlos Hyde to really contend with. DJ Dallas, yeah, he's been okay, but there's no real, huge upside to him. We saw him get favored out for Alex Collins, who's not even active tonight right now. Travis Homer was the pass-catching guy. Bo Scarborough, maybe, just maybe that motherfucker will get 2 touchdowns and I'll throw up all over myself. But ultimately, to me, it seems like Carlos Hyde's in line for 15, maybe 20 touches, depending on how crazy this shootout gets. In all honesty, he might be the best pass-catching back that the Seahawks have right now, which is just insane and sick to even think about. But that means 15, 20 touches, probably 3 to 4 targets, and probably a few goal line stabs. I mean, they've had a rushing touchdown, the Seahawks, in every single game by a running back, not Russell Wilson included, by a running back in every game except one, conveniently against Dallas, of all teams, nonetheless. But still, we got Carlos Hyde in a great spot. He's a top 15 running back for me. There's only 14 guys I have above him. So if you got Carlos Hyde questions, get him on in. And again, get him on in early, because I'll make sure to get to those as fast as I can. But there's only 14 guys I have above him, so there's a good chance I'm answering Hyde. Now, the flex will obviously get a little bit messier and a little bit trickier with a receiver a lot deeper than running back. But still, I love Carlos Hyde. I'm getting him in my lineups tonight. I'm putting him in, for me personally, over Duke Johnson, for example. Now, Tyler Lockett is also going to be active. He's impossible to bench. He had 50 points against the same Cardinals team last time. I know it's a risk. I know the knee is scary. I know he hasn't done much in the last few weeks. And still, it's like, how do you bench the guy? So let me know your other options if you're on the fence with Tyler Lockett, but he's number 11 in my receiver rankings. I really can't see myself ever benching Tyler Lockett tonight. I think it's just so much upside in a game that should be a back-and-forth shootout. And that's it for Thursday Night Football news as far as I'm considered. Yeah, maybe, DJ Moore could be a desperation Hail Mary tossing. Like if Lockett's knee flares up and DJ Moore gets some good burn, he could go crazy. But ultimately, I'd probably wait and see what streamers I might have for Sunday rather than toss that in ultimately. In terms of other news, and I'm going to add my rankings here, DeAndre Swift is now in concussion protocol, and that is brutal because as you can see here in my rankings, he's the number 4 running back right now. Gets the beautiful smash spot against Carolina, fresh off his best day as a professional right now. Saw 16 carries, 81 yards, 61 receiving yards as well. So, 142 total yards and a score, and played 71% of the snaps. The workhorse role we have been waiting, 16 of those 20 carries from the entire backfield. Ridiculous percentage, 80% of the backfield touches. Just a monstrous 25.9 fantasy points. And the cakiest, if that's an adjective, of all matchups, he was looking like a smash play. And 6,400 on DraftKings, ship it, right? But if he's in concussion protocol, we suddenly have to now consider Adrian Peterson only 44% owned, Kerryon Johnson 10%. They would be viable because of how bad Carolina is. So I would stack these guys up right now if you're desperate at running back and you need a potential option. They would slide in right around, let's say, the Taylor, Burkhead, Dobbins range. I would have these Lions running backs, because of how soft the matchup is, right around them should DeAndre Swift sit. So a must track for DFS lineups for those guys are both, I think, 4K on DFS as well, which would become a hammer play. But ultimately Swift, if he plays, in my top 4. If not, a huge opportunity for a stream with Peterson and Kerryon Johnson. And in the weird year that 2020 is, we need a sick list now. And it's not COVID related. At least it hasn't leaked that it's COVID. That would be devastating. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire held out Thursday with an illness. Daryl Williams also held out. If he suddenly misses time, I mean, Le'Veon Bell was dropped in a ton of leagues after, and deservedly so. He's been nothing more than a glorified handcuff, and a great handcuff at that. So, but shallow benches, there's good reason to not hang on to this guy until now. Because if Clyde Edwards-Helaire misses this game and Le'Veon Bell's the lone back against the Raiders, good Lord, he's going to go absolutely crazy. And I don't even actually know his DraftKings price, his price on DraftKings. Oh, a few too many of these. Let's have another swig. But Le'Veon Bell would be an absolute monster play, regardless of what his price is. Just knowing the Raiders and how bad they are, I think the second most receptions now allowed to running backs. So just track Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and also T. Higgins held out of practice with an illness. There's no indications, again, that either of these guys are dealing with COVID-19, but it is sketchy. Anytime you see illness next to someone's name, you at least have to know, let's have a backup plan ready. And that's going to make situations tough for guys dealing with Thursday Night Football. I've gotten some questions already. Carlos Hyde or Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, that depends on your stomach for risk tolerance. Because I do think if Clyde Edwards-Helaire plays, he's in such a good spot against the Raiders coming out of the bye. We've seen so many post-bye week rookie bumps. I'd want Helaire in my lineup. I'd have him above Hyde. I have him above Hyde, running back 14, but Hyde's also my 15. So if you want to play it safer, you want a sure thing that's going to be getting touches, I'd say 15 to 20, like I said earlier for Hyde. I can see you going that way. The ceiling is certainly with Helaire, the floor, and a good ceiling with Hyde, given the offense that he's in. It's justifiable if that is your question tonight. T. Higgins as well. I mean, I have him in a lineup over Mike Evans right now. I want T. Higgins in my lineup. I never want to bench T. Higgins. Ultimately, this could make him a concern. So just guys to track on Sunday. Actually, really none of these moves that I'm going to discuss actually involve any movement in the rankings. So I'm going to X out of those for now. But Devonta Adams, just a few guys that you have to track, right? And you know what? I'll bring them in just to show you like where people would rank should guys be out. So if Helaire is out, I would say Le'Veon Bell's right in this, like, I'd say right around Kareem Hunt, like 13 above. Like he'd probably slide instantly right to where I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. If T. Higgins is out, there's nobody like Auden Tate. Okay, Auden Tate, yay. We don't need to debate that right now, what Auden Tate would do. I know Ian Hartitz, my man, loves that guy, but ultimately, I'm not too worried about who's behind T. Higgins. It just would mean a bump in targets for Boyd, in my opinion. Now, the next note we have here is on another running back, a stud running back, and that is Alvin Kamara. He has not practiced at all this week, and I would not be panicking. They said it's too early to fret, is what the exact quote was from ESPN's Mike Triplett. But as you see, I mean, my number 2 running back and really in contention every single week for the number 1 spot. Atlanta gives up they give up very few rushing yards. I know that, but they give up tons through the air to running backs. What better matchup for Alvin Kamara? He's going to smash if he's in. 9,200 on DraftKings, justifiable. But if he doesn't play, I would have Latavius Murray right 4, 5, 6 in this range, maybe right there at 4. Legitimately, he scored over 30 points both times Kamara missed action last year, and this is as juicy of a matchup against Atlanta as you could really script up. So if he misses time, and at 5,900, Latavius Murray would be right in that range if Alvin Kamara misses the game. Now, another stud that you have to plan for. I only have 2 more notes, folks. I wanted to keep it short because I know I have a ton of Thursday night questions, so I wanted to keep this quick, only 15 minutes max is where I'll cut it at. Devonta Adams, though, is not practicing as well. Obviously, the monster of all monster receivers, I think averaging, 28 fantasy points per game this year. It's been insane. Above Mike Thomas's historic game last year. He leads all fantasy receivers in points and has missed multiple games. It's crazy what Devonta Adams is doing. And so he's not practicing, and I think this could open a window. I'm not that scared. I think this dude is going to play. And ultimately, I think it's going to make him a smash on DraftKings because this will drive his ownership down. And we get Adams in a dome against this perceived dominant Indy defense. There's no defense that can contain Devonta Adams, let alone Xavier Rhodes, who we were targeting last year. Yeah, he's taking a little bit of a step forward. Okay, he's better. And yeah, sure, the Colts have some decent options behind him, but they're not stopping Devonta Adams. In fact, it could be scorching. Devonta Adams, as Derek Cardy, now Dome Cardy on Twitter, suggests, since the start of 2019, he has 13,196 and 2 on turf, 14,156, 2 on turf, 793, a touchdown on turf, 13,116 on turf, an average of 33.3 fantasy points per game on turf. He's scorching. He is absolutely scorching on turf. And if this is going to drive down his ownership, if this perceived great defense at 8,600, I love it. I'm going to be forcing him into every lineup, assuming he's in. Now, if he's not, we do have Alan Lazard likely to be back this week. He is going to be eased in, so they say. But if Devonte Adams is out, that's not eased in. If Devonte Adams is out, Alan Lazard would have to be a top 36, top maybe even 25 receiver put. We saw Marquez Valdes-Scantling when Adams missed time. He's not a number one. He can't shoulder. He doesn't run the full route tree. He's go, spread the defense for us, please. I would have Lazard. Okay, now that I'm looking at my rankings, and I'll bring you guys into the rankings just so you can see where Lazard would be. Who was out there in 40% of leagues earlier this week? I don't know what that numbers is exactly. I would say Lazard would be right in this range, like the Kirk, Cooks, DJ Chark, should we not get Devonta Adams. I'm planning on him playing, and I'm planning to smash him into my lineups for DraftKings at his price. But should he not, that is where I would have him sliding in. And the last note that I have to cover for new stuff this week, because last night we covered Christian McCaffrey, we covered Drew Brees, we covered Drew Lock. If those guys are appealed, just catch last night's broadcast, Calvin Ridley. No real new news on them. But the only new development that we had this week was Teddy Bridgewater. Says he's taking his Week 11 status one day at a time. Others reporting it's unlikely he's going to play in Week 11. He's walking around with a limp on Thursday's practice. It seems unlikely that this guy goes, which means XFL legend PJ Walker have to, cheers to him, would be making his first NFL start, I think ever. I don't think this guy's ever got an NFL start. But this man lit up the XFL field. I know it's not the NFL. Don't get me wrong. But still, he played under Matt Rule at Temple. They have that familiarity. The dude showed he can sling it, drop in the deep ball. He's going to be 4,800 on DraftKings. Now, again, I'm not sitting here saying a must start in your season-long leagues, PJ Walker. But at 4,800 on DraftKings, the cheapest of all starting quarterbacks, with these weapons around him, he doesn't have to be that good. Teddy Bridgewater isn't really that good, but he has elite weapons around him and great play calling from Joe Brady. I think PJ Walker at 4,800 would be a smash. I wouldn't be shocked to see the Millie Maker come with a PJ Walker lineup and figuring out the right receiver to stack with him. Who that might be, I can't pretend to know. I know DJ Moore's only 5,600, but I don't love DJ Moore. Curtis, I don't know who it would be. I'm not even going to try to make a guess. But you stack him up, PJ Walker, run him naked. Who knows? Because you just let it figure itself out. I would love to have him at 4,800 in DraftKings. And if you're in a 2-quarterback league, let me bring the rankings back in here. I'll show you, I've gotten some questions this week that are like Joe Flacco or, fucking hideous. Like the most disgusting, Dalton. Like if that's where you're at, if you're looking at Joe fucking Flacco and Drew Lock this week, then pick up PJ Walker. I would have Walker sliding in right around this 21, 22 range, above Andy Dalton. Probably, Alex Smith did just chuck it 55 times. Tua's like, I don't know. Tua might need to get bumped down. I think I have Tua too high. Like, I'd rather have Alex Smith. Walker would be like 21 above Tua. PJ Walker above Tua, folks. That's where we've come to in 2020. I would like him, though. I would love the DraftKings value that you can potentially get on him. Those are all the notes that I have for tonight. So Wolfpack under 15 minutes as promised. So that way I can get to all of your questions. Let us pull up the mailbag icon and we'll give you a quick Oh, yeah. Such cool stuff there. Taylor's the man. Thank you so much for helping us out, Taylor, with those awesome animations. Do I start Carlos Hyde? Yes, if your option is Le'Veon Bell. Now, we don't, again, if Le'Veon Bell is starting for Carlos Edwards-Helaire, then I'd much rather have Le'Veon Bell. But otherwise, 100,000, 10,000, million%. And we don't know what his status will be, Le'Veon Bell and Carlos Edwards-Helaire, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We don't know what his status will be, Steezy McEasy. So I would definitely put Carlos Hyde in tonight. And if Helaire sits, there's probably someone in a flex or somewhere we can force Le'Veon Bell in, okay? Hi, Wolf. Hi, Tunes. Hello. Howdy. Kyle Funkhauser. That's a name. I love it. Hyde or Miles Sanders? You got to go Miles Sanders. I love Hyde. I'm pretty high on Hyde tonight. Miles Sanders is a top 5 running back moving forward. So yeah, you're going Miles Sanders, Funkhauser, sweet ass name, man. 4357299. Hyde or Gio? That's a great question. I am struggling with that one personally because Gio has averaged 19 points with Mixon out of the lineup. He's coming off a dud, but the dud's also against the top run defense in the league. So, Gio has the floor, but the fact that there's no Alex Collins and he's only Carlos Hyde competing with DJ Dallas and Scarborough, who DJ Dallas got benched for Alex Collins, who's not even active tonight, tells you all you need to know. I think this is going to be the Carlos Hyde show tonight. And folks, if you're out there willing to give this a thumbs up on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, wherever you're at, watching this, it means the world. It helps us get more discovered. The way the pack has grown, the fact that we have almost 70 viewers right now live is incredible. So thank you so much for those of you who have helped it grow. Shares, of course, also really, really help us get out there. Over 1K. So pumped about it on YouTube. You guys are the best, Wolfpack. Let's get right back to your questions. What's up, Mitch Chavez? As always, great to see you, brother. Hyde or Gio? Thunder Dan. Again, the same question I just answered. I think I'm going Hyde. I have Hyde a spot higher. It's as close as can be. Gio does have that floor. But I think Hyde, I'm going to be pissed if Hyde doesn't do it tonight. Again, they've scored a rushing touchdown every single game. And who's in his way from 15 to 20 touches tonight in one of the league's best offenses? Give us a captain, says Burn Zone. See, I suck at showdowns, Burn Zone. You don't want my captains. I haven't looked tonight. I don't know the prices. If Hyde is underpriced because of the Carson, late release here, then I would say Hyde could be an interesting one. But obviously the passing game options here are going to be nuts. I think Hopkins will go crazy against the secondary. So I would probably lean Hopkins. I just don't know how many good values are around him to then buoy that. So if you're looking for like a cheap captain, it depends on what Hyde is, but he could be a real cheap one. Mr. Knight, let's get lit. Yes, sir. Love it. Sammy, HNS, Hyde, Clyde, or Gio. Pick one. Oh, my God. That's my 14, 15, 16. Literally right in order, Sammy HNS. Making me fucking squirm over here. I like it. Tough question. Man. I would, again, Clyde, if he's playing, is my favorite. You have to be accepting that risk, though, that he could not play. And in that case, Gio's really not a bad fallback. So I would probably wait for Clyde. Hyde's floor is admittedly pretty low. We don't know. I played DJ Dallas last week. He had 40 yards and sucked a huge one. I mean, there's a chance that Hyde's not as great as I expect, but I really think if he's competing with Dallas, who got benched, and Bo Scarborough, it would take Bo Scarborough to get fucking 2 touchdowns to ruin Hyde tonight. Could it happen? Pete Carroll can be a dick sometimes. Sure. I don't expect it. So I don't think Hyde, though, is a compelling enough case to bench Clyde when you have a backup like Gio. If you don't have a backup plan like Gio, we're talking a different story. Hyde versus Gio is going to fucking make or break weeks. Holy shit. This is, again, guys, this is I have Hyde higher, but this is as close as you can get. And the floor is better with Gio Bernard, but I just think we're getting at least a touchdown and 70 yards. I mean, Hyde did have 17 points against these Cardinals on less than 50% of the snaps last time. Now you're looking at probably 70% of the snaps. So I'm in it. Hyde, Gio, or McKissick. Going to go Hyde. If it's full PPR, that's a little different, Andy. just a little different. Lockett, Thielen, or Jacoby Myers? I'm going Thielen against Dallas there. I love Lockett. He had 50 points against these guys. That's terrifying to bench. Between the knee, between the recent just quiet games, and between Thielen getting the Cowboys, I think that's all good enough reason that I could actually Marcos Valdez, put him on the bench. Woo Thursday from Hillary Margaret. Thank you, Hillary Margaret. I share your excitement. We've got Jake Knight. Should I play DJ Moore? Fucking Drake. God damn. That's not great, Jake Knight. That's not great. I don't love either. Especially with Bridgewater out. I guess I go fucking Drake, but man, you're probably getting 50 yards in a nuisance. All right, I will be right back, Wolfpack, grabbing a quick brew. I promise I'll be right back with you. I appreciate your patience, Wolfpack. My apologies for having to do that. I should have had one reserve ready for you guys. Inceptivus over from the Typhoon, if I remember correctly, right? Inceptivus. Shout out to see you and shout out to your boy Typhoon, the absolute man. Star 3, Robert Woods, AB, Deontay Johnson, Jalen Reagor, Parker. You got a bunch of good options here. I would say the locks are Deontay. The lock is Robert Woods. Despite yet last week's frustrating game, trust me, I'm pissed. The wide receiver 3 decision gets a lot trickier. I feel like Parker seems like the one that you put in. AB, the lowest points allowed to wide receivers, but that could end up in AB being the matchup that Tom Brady just peppers. You know how it gets with that guy, right? Like he finds the thing that works and he'll go 15 times to it. And if the top 2 guys, Godwin and Evans, are getting locked down, that could end up being it. And then you got Jalen Reagor facing Cleveland. That's huge in terms of big plays allowed. That's what he does. Man, that's tough. That's a really tough one in Septidus. You lock in Deontay and Woods. Let me know where you're leaning. I feel like I'm going to say Parker, but that's just too safe. Like I kind of like AB. That's tough. Let me know where you're leaning in Septibus. Is it crazy to be considering Hines over Gurley? Might end up starting Hines anyway if Swift is a no-go. It's not crazy just because Green Bay obviously is one of the better offenses in the league. So that means Hines could conceivably, they could be down all game and Hines could get peppered. And they're one of the worst run Ds in the league. So if we get another, just like last week where Hines dominates the snap share and touch share, he'll go crazy against this defense. They're horrible against running backs. So it's not crazy, especially given how good New Orleans, they're lowest in terms of points allowed to running backs over the last 3 weeks, just completely stifling the backfield. And Gurley's so touchdown dependent, even though he's a running back like 7 or 8 in fantasy. I would probably go Gurley just because he has been a monger at the goal line, but it's not crazy, Noah Pringle. Would you go Edmonds or Jay Taylor? Oh, it's sickening, but Tim, I'd probably go back to Taylor given how bad that Green Bay run D is. If he has any hope, it's this week because they're going to want to establish that run and keep Rodgers off the field. I'm going to go Taylor. I'm a little bit higher on Taylor this week than I have been in a while. And that's why you take swigs like that too. Swift has a concussion as we cover, Jeremiah. Yes, sir. Doesn't play. Do I start Lazard, Hollywood, or Taylor? Probably Taylor, dude. Probably. Lazard would come down to, though, if Adams sits. Because if Adams sits, then it's obviously Lazard. Hollywood has the Tennessee defense. If there's ever a get-right spot, it's there. But I just can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I'm done. Hyde or J.D. McKissick? I'm going to go Hyde. Full PPR gets a little closer, Cooper, 327-50679. But I like Hyde in most leagues, for sure. Hyde or Zeke? I'm low on Zeke this week, the assailant. I'm very low. Oh, is that my man, Jake Bays? I see that picture. I know my man. When I see him. What's up, brother? I like Hyde more. I really do. I have Zeke at 22 right now. I mean, he hasn't put up double digits in PPR leagues in 3 straight weeks. He hasn't been above the running back 30-something in 3 straight weeks. I don't know why it would suddenly be better because Dalton's back. I don't buy it. Hyde or DJ Moore, half PPR for Jay Fonzie. I would probably go, I go Hyde. I go Hyde. I feel good about Hyde there. And I just, especially with the quarterback questions, I'm going to stick to Hyde there. Wolf, I need you. Carson screwed me. Do I start Edmonds or Burkhead? Ooh, Kevin, that's tough. And Houston's a tasty matchup for Burkhead, but he's been pretty damn boom or bust. Can we count on him catching a touchdown rope from Jacoby Myers yet again? I don't think so. I go Edmonds just because I think this game shoots out and that favors Edmonds' skill set. And Wolfpack and everybody tuned in, if you don't mind hitting that like button again, I got to be that whore for likes, but it helps us get out there. It helps us find more people, and shares are so very appreciated. And subscriptions on YouTube mean the world. We just beat that 1K mark, which is so fucking exciting. But if you want to know when we go live, hit that bell, hit that subscription. If you're catching the replay, sweet. If you're somehow in a replay 25 minutes in, then I love you. I love you too. So you guys are all great. Thank you so much. Thoughts on Jacoby Myers this week? Like him as a flex? Asked Noah Pringle. Absolutely. Getting the Houston defense? Sure thing. Fire me up. Yes. Houston's given up, I think, the 4th or 5th most points to wide receivers. Absolutely. I might be off on that. I know to running backs they're generous, but Myers is that guy right now. No Edelman in sight. Myers is going to dominate the target share. Love him. And 4,900 on DraftKings, no brainer. Got Hines in the lineup, says Jeremiah. Oh, that makes it trickier to start Taylor. That's for sure. That gets uglier. Hyde or Ronald Jones? Definitely Hyde for me. I love the run by Ronald Jones. If this dude could ever be pegged for consistent volume, he'd be top 15 every week. I think Ronald Jones is a solid player. Very good. I mean, he's looked really good. But it seems like Bruce Arians wants a reason to bench this guy. One bad fumble, one bad read, and it's like you don't see from Ronald Jones again. I can't trust him. It's so hard despite the blow up. Sweet T13. It's tough, but I think I bench Ronald Jones for Hyde tonight. Dova Maui, Hyde over Daryl Henderson. Yep. There's reports now coming out that Akers might see more carries. He saw more carries last week. That's a 3-headed nightmare I want no part of until someone else emerges. Yeah, I'm benching him for Hyde, definitely. Come on, Tyler. I don't know what that's for. Oh, Lockett, Tequila Roos. Tequila Roos. I like the name change. They call me Roos. They call me Tequila Roos. Roos. I like it. Let's go Lockett. I hope he blows up for you, brother. Hyde or Crowder? Full PPR. Hyde. I mean, Crowder has been a beast at times, but often with Sam Darnold. His numbers with Flacco have not been shocking. Not that great with Joe Flacco. Oh, who didn't see that coming? I'd go. I'm very high on Hyde, and I might as well put this one out there that I'm starting Hyde. So sometimes I get a little higher on the guys that I'm starting. Owner bias. But I own him for a reason. I'm excited about him for a reason. Volume in that offense is always worthwhile. Terrified of CJ, by the way. Great name. So am I. Anthony Fellow, what up, Wolf? Time to fire Kirk back up tonight? Yes, sir. The easiest defense in the league, Mr. Fella, against wide receivers. What did he do against him last time? Like 20-something points? Yes. Get him on him. Carlos Hyde or Mike Davis? I go Mike Davis. Detroit's the most points to running backs. McCaffrey's already confirmed out. And especially with PJ Walker probably starting, that means more and more running game work, more importance for Davis. He's been a bum lately, but this is too good of a matchup to pass up on. Pick 2 PPR, Hyde, Gio, Salvin, Swift. Oh, eternity. I think this. I think you get Hyde in tonight. And then I think Swift's the no-brainer should he play. If not, oh, that's tough between Gio and Salvin. I go Gio. I go Gio. But I think you do Hyde tonight. If he sucks and you blow your shot at 2 of these guys, I apologize. And there is a low floor. You never know what Pete Carroll's ass is going to do. But the fact that Collins isn't in, the fact that Homer's not in, the fact that obviously Carson, the biggest name, but that's kind of the expectation. The only reason we discuss Hyde. But the fact that those other guys are out, like, it just seems too secure to me for Hyde tonight. And you're getting 15, 20 touches in that offense. Come on now. It's such a good offense. So I got to get Hyde in. And then Swift, if he plays, Gio, if he doesn't, is kind of how I'm leaning eternity. But we'll be back Sunday at 11 a.m. To check back in on that question. If you're free, come on back to the Sunday tailgate. if Adams ends up being out, is Lazard a reasonable replacement? I've seen that he might actually get limited snaps. They'll work him back easy. Yeah, I mean, that's the report, Noah, but can you work him back easy if Adams is out? Probably not. Why would you? So I think he can be definitely trusted. He'd be a top 36 guy, probably top 30 for me, as we showed earlier, like in that Cooks range. Hyde or Ahmed from Ohio Mike. I prefer Hyde. I do. Get other insight because that's a close one. Geo Hyde, Geo Ahmed, like all these ones are tough, but I'm big on Hyde. I have owner bias. I'm going to admit that right up front, but I also just like the script. I think he's the best pass catching back they have. So even if they get down, I think he's staying in. Wishful owner. Takes a big swig. All righty. Hyde or JD McKissick, half PPR. I go Hyde. I do. McKissick's so safe. I mean, 15 and 14 targets the last 2 weeks. Insane. I'm into Hyde tonight. I really am. He's my guy. If he sucks, I'm going to feel horrible. But that happens. That happens often on Thursday nights too, is there's like a guy that just seems exciting and just on national fucking TV just blows. I feel good about him, though. I just don't see who's in his way. If they feed Bo Scarborough, I'll be furious, but come on. Really? Really? Torn. K. Coolip. What's up, brother? Robinson Clyde. Questionable in 2-flex lead. See, I have both those guys above Hyde, so that's a tough situation. If one you're benching, it'd be Clyde. But again, I have Clyde 14 and Hyde. Clyde and Hyde. I don't know why I found that so funny. Clyde and Hyde, baby. I have Hyde just one spot below Clyde, so I can see it. I still have Clyde higher, though. Any Joe Mixon updates? He didn't practice today. Tequila loose. I can't even roll my R's. How pathetic is that as a human? I have Gio on the bench. Yeah, Gio's good, but it doesn't look like Mixon's playing, as a heads up. Robinson, Clyde, Adams for K. Coolip. Well, you're not benching Devonta Adams if he plays. Never, ever. Fantasy, 729377330. Got to start 2. Hyde, Drake, Duke, CEH. I bench Duke and Drake. So I start Hyde and I start CEH. Juan Pena, my man, great to see you. Who should I put in my flex? Juju, Kirk, Samuel, Bernard. Great options. Claypool and Julio in the lineup. I like Claypool more than I like Juju, and that does change the answer because Juju is my favorite. You can stack that offense. We saw last week 3 receivers scored touchdowns, Mr. Pena. And you're the best, by the way. You always show up, and I appreciate that. I would not substitute Claypool. I leave Claypool in. It's not Samuel for me. Kirk's intriguing. It's coming down to Juju or Bernard, and I think I go Claypool and Bernard is how I go that. I'm not opposed to going all in on that Steelers offense, though, but I like getting Claypool and Bernard. That's my play. BL Heil, 228. Edmonds over Swift or wait? I wait. Jay Will is not the best of backups. Can you get a shot at AP or even carry on? Then that's probably better than Jay Will. But Swift's upside against Carolina is too big to bench. Too big to bench. Especially because Edmonds is no lock, BL Heil. Thirsty Thursday Wolf, Katie Jagir. What's going on, Keen? It is a Thirsty Thursday indeed. Flex Hyde, Ahmed, Mixon, Hines. We're going Hyde. Oh, we need a flex on top of that? Mixon's not going to play, so we're going Ahmed. Hyde and Ahmed. Good to see you, Keen. I have your Swish, by the way. Whenever you want to pick that up. Best beer in the world. Sit 1 in non-PPR. Edmonds, Hyde, Bernard, Ahmed. Yeah, sit one. I'm sitting Edmonds. This is the script where Edmonds could go crazy. A pass-heavy game is his type of game. But I just like the sure volume for all the other guys, Broderick. Again, Wolfpack, as we hit 8 o'clock here, if you're willing to give this a thumbs up on YouTube, on Periscope, on Facebook, I know it's a heart on Periscope. Wherever you're at, it means the world. It helps us out so much to get more discovered. Shares are even bigger. So thank you so much for those of you who are in. I'm going to keep rippling those, but I just wanted to quick pump that. And subscriptions on YouTube. We're rising, baby. I love it. And if you hit the podcast for us too, my God, I'll love you forever. Podcast reviews, Wolfpack, you'll have my gratitude for life. And that's the fantasy fullback dive, by the way. Need 2 in standard. Zeke, Rojo, Duke, Harris, Balaj, Rodney Davis. Ooh, my man Shades, the trivia master. I go Zeke. I just don't like, excuse me. I go Zeke and I go Harris. I love Harris this week. He's my favorite option of yours. Zeke's kind of like, if you don't want Zeke, Balaj would be my next closest. But I love Harris. I think Harris is going to steamroll Houston. And then Zeke is just Zeke. Compared to those other names, I have to do it. Mike Clay with a long-ass question. I love you, Mike Clay, but god damn. You have Mixon, CEH, Gibson, and McKissick. No Mixon. Mixon's not playing. CEH sick. Should I run Drake or Edmonds tonight or David Moore? Take my chances with CEH, and backup plan would be Tim Patrick, Ebron, or this is a lot. You're giving the Wolf a lot to handle in a rapid fire thing here, Mike Clay. I'm going to say CEH, Gibson are my 2 flexes. And if he's out, then you figure it out with Tim Patrick. Yeah. I would not. I don't know what to make of these Arizona backs, and I can't confidently recommend either of them right now. One might have a big day. Good luck. If you know who that's going to be, play him. I don't. I certainly don't. Kirk, we answered that one for you, brother. I think. Yeah, we did. Sup, Wolf? Happened fucking shootout Thursday. That's what I love to see you, Craig. Absolutely shoot out and put them down. Carlos Hyde or Damian Harris tonight asks. That's tough. See, I have Hyde 15 and Harris 16, literally neck and neck. So if you don't, I think Harris honestly might have the better floor. I just am feeling great about Hyde. I really think I am. And I hope I am right too. Trust me, Craig, I really do. Harris is in a smash spot though. I just wish he was getting goal line work being 8-2 forever. I do. And that's may be the difference for me is Hyde's going to probably find the end zone. Harris hasn't found it yet. Only once, maybe. Broderick Forcier. Hyde, Edmonds, Murray, Ahmed, Bernard. I mean, Murray's the bench, assuming Kamara's not playing. I mean, Kamara is playing. Now, if Kamara's not playing, Murray's far and away the best option of any of these guys. So Edmonds is the bench. Like to me, Broderick, this comes down to, okay, Edmonds is better than Murray, but do you have a decent 5th here? Because I want I want to hold out and see if Kamara hangs out. And I would rather have Hyde, Ahmed, and Bernard well above Edmonds. But if you don't have a good 5th, then you play Edmonds tonight and then you just figure out who to bench later, which we will answer on the Sunday broadcast, 11 a.m. Eastern time, the Sunday tailgate. This is the Thursday night tailgate, though. Repeated 50-plus for Lockett would be nice to start the week, wouldn't it, Kecko? I'm not facing him. I'm good with that. Man, how confident are you about having Hyde over Drew? Not super confident, no. I have it. You can find the rankings, too. Anybody that needs rankings, rotostreetjournal.com. You can find my Week 11 rankings. We have an app for that, too, on iOS at least. All my rankings in there. How do we not have 20 likes on Facebook? Come on, somebody get us over 20. That's a joke. Come on, guys. Don't be selfish over there. I'm not super confident because Gio averages 19 points with mixing out of the lineup. I just like Hyde's spot tonight. I really do. I'm confident enough to do it myself. If I had both, I would play Hyde. But if you're like, I don't feel great, it gives me a 6 feeling in my stomach, then I'm good with it. Sit 2 non-PPR. Hyde, Edmonds, Murray, Bernard. We already got that one for you, brother. Wolf, my man, pots and pans. Would you play Hyde over Crowder? Yes. Davis, no. J-Rob, no. But over Crowder, yes. I love you, Omar. Thank you so much for tuning in, brother. Glad to see you showed up and tried to play tonight. Sarno bringing the heat. Joke of Drew Lock. What was the report today that like he threw here and there in practice? What is this shit? Who's writing out there in Denver? Oh, 21. There we go. Thank you, Facebook. Kirk's going on tonight. He's my DK captain. There you go. I know somebody asked about your captain. Jeremiah Moore nailed it with Jefferson the other Monday Night Football. So Jeremiah, let's go. Good luck, brother. I hope you take home some big money. This is an interesting question. This is a really, really interesting one. Oh, shit. We have a lot of questions. All right. I got to start firing away, Geckel. But he's worth considering. I would go not Austin Hooper. It's going to be one of the Saints. If we get reports that Taysom Hill is going to be playing, close to a third of the snaps, then it's Taysom Hill. Unless we get any type of confirmation, though, I probably go Cook because they're awful Atlanta Falcons against traditional tight ends. So, yeah, I go him. My man, Mateo. What do you think about our 2021 RSJ Top Fan League? I love it. I love the idea. I love the dudes that show up every fucking night like you, like Mitch, like Omar, like so many. Craig. We got all the boys. Mike Clay. We got them fucking all. Kyle Toons, of course. We have a crew that would be awesome to have for a super fan league. And honestly, I'd probably get my fucking ass kicked because you guys are fucking awesome at fantasy football. But I'd love to. I would absolutely love to. But and Craig says, yes, please. The thing is I know you guys are already super fans. If I do a fans league, I'm going to like try to squeeze. There's got to be something to earn your way in. So you tell me, how do you earn your way into this league? You guys earn your way by showing up every fucking night. Trust me, you don't owe me anything else. You guys are the fucking tits. But you guys can probably still help us out somehow, right? We'll figure that out. Big discovery plan for this offseason. Balaj, Crowder, Boyd, Gio, pick 3 for Andrew Warner. I have to bench 1. I'm playing Gio. I'm playing Boyd. It comes down to Balaj or Crowder, Andrew. I'm probably playing Balaj. PPR makes it closer for Crowder, but I just hate Flacco. Why wouldn't you hate Flacco? Yes, please. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I feel that's exactly, Omar. I'm coming right at you with that Flacco question. Pick up PJ Walker, brother. Pick him up now. Pick him up. There's no way he's gone, right, Omar? Pick him up. Multiple leagues, tourney. The champions of each league get their total playoff points. Jeremiah, I don't even know how I didn't shout you out for it every fucking down fan. You're here every time. Fucking love you, brother. And you carry out all the chairs at church. It's the best. This is a good setup. I like it. I really like it. Varun Vendettam. Choose one super flex OP position. Smith or Brady? Brady, definitely. Yeah, the Rams are scary, but pissed off Brady with that many weapons doesn't get better. Iowa sports fans. Big Iowa fan over here. Got 2 running back spots to fill. Hyde, Connor, Murray, Gurley. We're going Hyde. We're going Connor, my man. Let's do it. Is Alvin playing? He hasn't practiced yet. My guess, Justin, would be yes, he plays. But I can't promise you that. I can't guarantee you that. But yes, my guess is he plays. Hyde or Evans, half PPR. I'm crazy. I'm going to say Carlos Hyde over Mike Evans. Let me go throw up and then I'll be right back, folks. But yeah, I really think Evans could get the Jalen Ramsey treatment, and we've seen him get locked down by number ones. Like Brady just plays matchup so much that if Ramsey's on Evans, he probably won't look his way. And that scares me. That scares the fucking living shit out of me. Justin, Connor and Moore and giving up Hunt. Yeah, because Connor is the more guarantee for volume moving forward. Moore doesn't do much for me. Let's be real. But Hunt looks fucking good, man. Hi, Duke, Hunt. I go Hunt over those guys. I go Hyde next, and then Duke's a I fucking hate Duke. Duke's a bitch. Drop Shepard on the bye to pick up Murray. Yes, definitely, Tunes. Definitely. I know you. I know it's you. I've shouted you out on the show. Come on, Steve. I obviously know it's you. You want to collab? I tried to fucking get drinks with you and discuss a collab, and you blew me off, motherfucker. I would, of course, talk with you, Michelson. You're the fucking man. You're the fucking G at school. I love you. But fucking respond next time when I offer drinks to figure out a collaboration. Hyde or Balaj from that Bry guy. I go Hyde. Brandon Yoder. Yoder, I feel like you used to be a fucking old school day one fan. Where the fuck you been? I feel like I haven't seen that name in a minute. Maybe I'm just hallucinating after all these beers. Who knows? Galladay, Hunt, Antonio Gibson. Damn, it's not Galladay. It's between Hunt and Gibson. I'm going to go Gibson. Ride that hot streak. Cincinnati's one of the worst run-Ds in the league. You're a gentleman and a scholar for man. Thumbs up to you and your team. Love you, brother. Thank you, man. And again, anybody that just is like, hey, you're doing well. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. I mean, this is so crazy that this many people want my fucking opinion, and I appreciate it. It's not that crazy. I mean, I'm top 5 in fucking Fantasy Pro, so let me flex real quick. Like, we're doing fucking good shit. I get it. But it's also just humbling to see where we started like 3 years ago and where we are now because of you fucking people. So keep on coming out, keep showing out, and ways to support us, guys. Liking the podcast, subscribing to the podcast, reviewing the podcast would be huge. Liking us on all our socials, Facebook, YouTube, over FK, putting on the bell, Instagram. We're going to get better and better at Instagram because my man Taylor's about to take over and fucking do crazy shit with the video on clips. We're going to see, you know, obviously we're just crushing all over the place. But RoseRejournal.com, we breed and feed fantasy wolves, where you can find all our stuff. So if any of you looking to help us out, that's how you can do it. Jared kick over Thomas? Yes, I think so. I know you asked that one earlier, Steve. I'm above Cook. I'm on Cook over those peeps. Drop Pirine to grab Murray in case. Yes, absolutely, Craig. Superflex League, 2 QBs. Fant or Taysom Hill is my tight end. That's tough. Check in Iowa on Sunday. I don't mean to like do that to just drag you over, but like I haven't seen anything about Taysom Hill's role. And if there's no news, it's going to be Fant. But if there's a report that pops up between now and Sunday that's like Taysom Hill's going to play a third of the snaps, well, then we're going Taysom Hill, baby. Hyde or Damian Harris? Oh, man, I fucking answered that one early, but it's like literally 15 and 16 in the rankings, Bean. Literally 15 and 16. So I have Hyde. 15 is Hyde and 16 is Harris, by the way. I don't mean to not answer. So I have Hyde higher. But again, I will preface this with I have owner bias. I am jazzed up to play him tonight. I love Harris against Houston's run D. I love him. I like both of these guys a lot. So you got to trust your gut, brother. You let me know who you go, but I clearly with one spot within each other, I don't think you can really go wrong. Harara Frank Jr., Jay Taylor, Gio, Bell, Fournette, pick 2, please. Gio and Hyde. Gio and Hyde. And if CH sits, then you bench Gio for a Bell. Took Hyde as my captain. Like it. Not bad. Hyde or JD McKissick? Hyde. I already answered that. FanDuel. Not sure what you mean. Mr. Munchies. Love it. I need one full PPR. Drake, Edmonds, Rojo, Hines. Thanks. I'm going to go. Oh, man, this is tough. I'm going to go Edmonds. No, I'm going to go Rojo. I think Arians is smart enough to ride him. Do I start Juju or Hyde full PPR? I go Juju. I go Juju, Connor. I go Juju. Pick 2, J Pause, Hyde, Chark, Fulgham. I'm benching Fulgham there. I like it. I like that. Siege get hair pieces. I love it. Truth doesn't need a hair piece. He's got great hair. Should I play Drake tonight? Swift is in concussion protocol. I'd wait it out. I'd wait it out for Swift. You have good enough options to wait it out, Privanasi. Carlos Hyde, Damian Harris, Jonathan Taylor, pick 2. I go Hyde Harris. Thoughts on Ahmed with Breeder returning? Ahmed still. I like him. I like him. He's still going to be the guy. D Swift, no. Hyde's close enough. That's so tough, Patrick, because D Swift's number 4 if he plays, and you're going to miss the number 15 if he doesn't. It depends on who's your fourth now. If Swift misses, but I think I waited out for Swift. Cup. I go Deontay Johnson here. I go Deontay Johnson, eat powder. You're welcome, bud. Hyde or Brown as flex. I go Hyde, definitely there, Danish. Chug it, says Anthony Nardella. Love you, Nards. Just for you. There we go. Love you, Nards. Hyde or Hollywood Brown? Hyde, definitely. Hate cut Hollywood. I agree with it. He could blow up this week, too. Tennessee's a blow-up spot, but could see it. Receiver flex between Kirk, Hines. You playing Kirk, definitely. And then I'm thinking Mike Willie for the flex, but get Kirk, Omar, get Kirk in tonight for the wide receiver. We'll figure out the flex later. I know you'll be there Sunday. Ahmed over AB for me, especially in standard. Edmonds or Ahmed? I go Ahmed there. CEH is my man, Chris Gibbons. I love it. So you'll miss on Edmonds tonight if CEH sits with the illness. So who's your backup there? My man Inceptivus back for another. I like it. JD McKissick's like tier 4 or 5. I'd rather have McKissick in than AB if that's your question, Inceptivus. I don't know what you're talking. Hyde or Balaj? Oh, you have John Taylor Gibbons. Yeah, so you wait it out. You bench Edmonds. You wait this one out. He could go crazy tonight, but I don't buy it. Hyde or Balaj? I go Hyde tonight, that Bry guy. I don't know if it's already kicked off, so sorry. It's 8:15. It's right around that time, so I'm going to keep going as fast as I can. Hyde over Fournette? Yes, over both. And Henderson. Definitely PR's finest. Should I start Hyde over Kirk? Oh, David Glass, that's tough. PPR, it's Kirk. Standard, it's Hyde. Do I start AB and Godwin, or do I swap one out for Hyde? Oh, boy, that's tough, Garrett Pepin. I would rather have Godwin, and I think, oh, no, Hyde. Hyde over God. Oh, Hyde over both, if you got this. Over Zeke, Hyde, yes, if that's the question. Just put CEH on. Yeah, he's in as long as he's healthy and good to go. Hyde or Zeke, it's Hyde for me. Hyde or Hunt. I go Hunt there, Elaine. I go Hunt. I love Hunt. Hyde or Evans, Hyde for me. Put CEH on ER and added Hyde to start. Yeah, there you go, but I'd rather have CEH if he plays. Carlos Hyde, Elliott, or McKissick. Give me Hyde. Maxime Berube. Bell, Hyde, Gio, Fournette, Taylor. Pick 2. Bell is nothing unless CH sits. So for now, it's Hyde and Gio. I think I answered that one already, by the way. So Hyde, Gio, and then if Gio if CH hits, then you put Bell in over Gio. Hyde tonight over Deontay. No, David Glass. Wish everyone this week a great set of games. Thanks, Wolf. Absolutely, Mitch. You're the fucking man. Half PPR. Hyde, McKissick, Elliott, or Myers. Hyde's my play there, brother. AJ Brown or Galladay. AJ Brown, no doubt. Pitt Steel City. That was a fucking pathetic pronunciation. Pick 2 at running back. Hyde, Edmonds, Hines, Davis, Swift. It's Davis and it's Swift. If Swift doesn't play, I wish you had Hyde in, but you wait it out and figure it out. Your love for Hyde this week is why you're top 4. Well, we better hope. Let's hope, Jake Knight. Let's fucking hope. Come on, Hyde. Player of the week. Let's go, baby. Who should I start at my running back after Hunt and Chubb? Drake, Hyde, or Bernard? Hunt, Chubb in. Bernard's the next man up. No, Hyde. Go fucking Hyde, Yanks. I didn't even see yet Hyde there. Hydes. If I go with the Hyde, do I go Kirk over Deontay? No. You go Deontay. Hyde, let's go. All right, we're all fucking in. I already chugged my beer, but I'm going to chug another. After kickoff, I'll chug another. But I want to get your questions first. Having flashbacks to when you were high on Hasty. Oh, fuck. I better be better on Hyde than Hasty. That's for damn sure. Hasty had the game script. Like, game script could favor Hyde because he's probably the best pass-catching guy there. John Paluzny. Pick 2. Chark, AB, Fulgham, Hyde. I'm going to go Hyde. I'm going to go Chark right now. But check in for those receivers. Get Hyde on in, John. You're welcome. Hyde over Brandon Cooks. Yes. Hyde. Yes. CH is questionable because of the illness. I agree. We talked about that earlier. Would you start Hines or Drake in full PPR? Holy shit, we have a lot of questions. I would probably just bench Drake and figure it out later, John. Burkhead or Fournette? Burkhead, but I don't love either. Pick 2. Hyde, Chark, Fulgham, AB. Hyde's the number 1 there. We'll figure out the rest later. I know you asked in a couple places here. Looks like if we delete the comment in YouTube, it still shows up on your program. See you Sunday. No worries. Comment twice. I love it. It gets us more interaction. Hyde over Duke. Yes. Cooks and Flex. I'd rather have Hyde over both. Roy Kim, should I start Christian Kirk, Higgins, Deontay? It's Deontay, and it's Higgins, and it's Godwin is my early. Kirk tonight, though, it's like, oh, fuck, do you really bench him? Deontay, Higgins, I might go Kirk over Godwin. Fuck. I think I'm gambling with Edmonds. Shootout game. There you go, Mike Clay. It totally could be a big Edmonds night. Top 11 likes and shares going to Superfans League. I like that. Likes and shares. Shares the biggest one there, Tunes. I don't know if there's a way to top the shares or likes. I think a lot of the same people like it every time because you guys are the fucking best Wolfpack. Start Carlos Hyde? Yes, over Parker. Definitely Patrick Matos. Sean Walker, Hyde or Woods? Ooh, that's tough because I own both, and I'm more excited about Hyde tonight. Oh, fuck me. Full PPR, though, I think that's Robert Woods. I'm half PPR. I like Woods more in full. How do you rank Brown, Michael Thomas, Kupp, Fuller this week? I rank them Brown, Thomas, Fuller, Kupp last. Would you rather Hyde or Ahmed? I'm going Hyde there. Hyde or Hunt, Max. I'm starting Hyde in my flex tonight, and I'm scared shitless. Me too, Horn. Let's be scared shitless together. You don't answer no questions on Twitter. I've answered fucking like 1,000 of them. What the fuck are you talking about, you loser? I've been fucking live this whole time answering questions. I'll remember Herrera Frank Jr., the person I will never answer a question for again. Hyde or Gibson? Gibson. Hyde or Edmonds? Hyde. All right. You've redeemed yourself, Herrera. You've redeemed yourself. Never mind, he does. I got you. I love you, Wolf, says Dan Haggerty. I love you too. Herrera, you're back in my good graces because you said LOL. I fucking like it. Trav Childress. Oh, Trav. We've had some good interactions. I like you, Trav. Half PPR flex. Fuller, Gio, AB Harris. I think I'm going Fuller. If Stephon Gilmore's active, that's going to make it trickier. I'm going Fuller as of right now, and it will be Damian Harris, if not soon. Hyde or McKissick? I'm going to go Hyde, Tanner. Get your contest. I'm too late for the contest. I'm too late, aren't I? 8:21. New fan here, Kid Kobe. You said that last time, Kid Kobe. You were here Wednesday. Don't you try to sneak in as a new fan. I know you. I recognize that name. Sneaky little fucker. I like you. I like that you're here twice in a row, but don't call yourself a new fan. Hyde or Mike Evans, half PPR. Hyde, Tanner. Hyde. T. Higgins, Antonio Brown, Gibson or Jefferson? Gibson. Wow. A. Brown's far away from all of them, but I'm going Gibson. CEH is close, but Gibson more than him. Denny Jennings, I've been waiting for you. Oh, shit. Denny had surgery? Fuck. Wife of Denny, thank you so much for commenting. This might be the saddest comment, but also like the happy, like the not happiest, but like the fact that Denny Jennings had his wife to comment in. I wish I saw this earlier. I hope prayers up to Denny, one of the best super fans of all time. Thank you, Denny's wife. Whatever your name is, Denny's wife, feel free to comment your name. Denny's one of the best fans of all time. What did he have surgery on? How's he doing? Is everything okay? I'm pumped he got Harris and Winston. Both are great pickups. But prayers up for Denny. And thank you so much for commenting in his wife. That is just like the ultimate fucking shit. Mike, Nick, sorry. And I'm a Nick myself. I didn't mean to skip you. And I apologize already if I did. I would go Davis and Hyde. I'd bench Hines. I'm sorry about that. If I missed you. If I missed it, I probably just flew down, and I would never purposely skip you, obviously. Balaj or Hyde? Hyde, baby. Julio Cesar. Justin, Chris Carson. That's not fucking true, right? He's already out. Satish Nagpal is fucking with me. Fast recovery, Denny Jennings. We got the super fans out for you, Denny. And that's the last comment. Thank you guys so fucking much. What a great Thursday. Unbelievable in terms of comments, interactions. My fault, Nick. I did not mean to skip you by any means. But you guys are the best. Wolfpack, I will be back tomorrow right around 4 o'clock for your DFS. Let's get it. Let's crush our some $1 million looning lineups, and you can find me. At this point, Thursday Night Football, your sit starts are in. They're locked. I hope Hyde fucking kills it. Oh, my God. At this point, we've recommended him too fucking much for him not to. So please, Hyde, if there's anything, I'll sacrifice anything. My pinky right off. Kill it, Hyde, for everybody that I recommend him for, and for myself too. And if he doesn't, then we're all going to cry together tomorrow. But Wolfpack, we will be live tomorrow for our DFS live for your Sunday sit starts. If you have any left, you can find our podcast, The Fantasy Fullback Dive, on any platform you listen. Reviews are so appreciated, and subscriptions anywhere you're at. Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. All these double IPAs for 7 million. Wolfpack, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. or Sunday or both if you're the best.